focuses on improving connectivity and cooperation among multiple countries spread across continent of Asia, Africa, and Europe. It can help poor countries along the One Belt One Road to create cultural diversity, cultural inclusion, and economic prosperity. Through this platform, these countries can be provided with great financial support.
And there are 68 countries involved in the One Belt One Road strategy. And this strategy divided into two main rules. So the first is refers to the 21st Maritime Silk Road, and second is refers to the Silk Road Economic Belt.
So we will mainly focusing on the competition relationship between China and the US. Our lenses today are political, economic, and cultural.
Now I will focus on the perspective of trade in economic lens. It is known that Chinese economic importance, especially to the United States, hasn't been identified in another way. Since China entered the WTO, there is a strong economic complementarity between China and America. Chinese economic exchanges have been closer with America, so that China has become the largest trading partner with America, while America has become the second largest cargo trading partner with China. In terms of trade, not only America but also China's imports have increasing from the world. In the next few years, the import growth rate will exceed the export growth rate. Under the background of the One Belt One Road, most countries from Asian regions are developing countries, but due to the underdeveloped economy, these countries need to be developed. This can provide market service for China so that China cannot avoid trade friction with America. At the same time, there is a financial friction between China and America, so that it may pose a threat between China and America.
So now I will be focusing on the perspective of potential benefit of the economic lens. So the picture in the left corner shows that the close relationship of both China and the US. So the yellow circle of the left part is the countries that has more closer relationship with China. For example, South Korea, India, and also Thailand. And the right blue part of the circle is the countries that has a more closer relationship with the US. For example, Canada, Peru, and also Mexico. For the middle part is the intersection of the green circle is the countries that remain neutral in the strategy of the One Belt One Road. For example, Japan and Australia. So so China is currently planning to give out a financial support to the countries in Asia and Africa mainly for at least $1 trillion US. So by giving out this distribution down to all the poor countries, China can actually build a infrastructure systems and also improve largely on these poor countries' economies. So, for example, this picture here shows the cooperation, the allies with the Chinese government, and also China is planning to give out these resources. However, the U.S. is like it hasn't give out any response to China's action yet, and the American Security Project, which is a large company, suggested that the U.S. should actually help some of these neighboring countries, such as countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. So by giving out support just as China did, U.S. can actually get a larger support of those countries in order to compete with China in various aspects. So, and also in Africa, there are lots of natural resources such as oil fields and natural gas. And China is planning to support the African railway system, just as this graph shows. And if the U.S. is not planning to take on any action, maybe China will have more benefit compared to the U.S. So this shows the shipping port and also the shipping technology. So for the Latin America, its boat technology has been developing since the last few decades. However, due to its lack of its economy base and lack of financial, so the the Latin America countries actually are in lack of the port systems. So if the U.S. is actually going to give out some support to the countries in Latin America, it should have a brighter future in regard to the One Belt One Road strategy in the comparison to China.
And next, I'm going to talk about the political lens, and my perspective is about global status and reputation. So we first need to know that China and America, these two countries, they are not only compete for the natural resources which can enhance their economy, but also they compete for some resources that also can enhance their global status. So how can we determine which country has relatively higher global status or reputation? Actually, it is by the interaction. And interaction mainly refers to how frequently a country relies to another. In other words, if one country is frequently relied by other countries, this country should have the relatively higher global status. And first, we need to analyze these two countries. So now let's talk about China. China, as one of the developing countries, can provide the very advanced technology in the infrastructure. And for example, China helps Pakistan, Israel, and Bangladesh to help them to implement many infrastructures like transportation system, railway, and even the power station. So in this way, China helps other countries, and China not only earn much benefit, but also China can get more reliance from other countries. And also, in order to enhance the cooperation between China and other countries, many contracts are also established. For example, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. And this corridor claims that China will invest $6 million for Pakistan to help them to implement their country's infrastructure. And then let's talk about America. America, as one of the developed countries who has advanced sophisticated financial system. So America can provide other countries, especially for the countries who are developing, the very cheap loan debt. So in this way, the loan debt, the very cheap debt, help other countries to do many investments. And also, America, by using its advanced technology in different areas, for example, the educational support, financial support, security support, military support, and so on, which helps other countries mainly improve their living conditions. So here's an example that I want to illustrate. As the data shows that in the 2017, the US has already delivered around $58 million to the countries mainly in Africa and China, and also in Africa. For example, the countries like Israel, Iraq, and other countries. And for America, they are mainly provide for the military support, the national security, and educational support. So in this way, China and America, by using their advantages and to get more reliance, and then rise their global status. So this is my land.
So the next part is the Will's part, but he's not coming, so yeah. And yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good. So that's how much time you had left. Will went over. Can you press the button?
Got it.